Is there somewhat alarming? Welcome everyone. This is the Dr. Super Rothschild show. And today I want to briefly talk about a very important topic. And I'm going to be very brief on it. 'Cause I think I'd like the very simple, I like my approach to be simple and direct. Nothing too fancy, nothing too out of the ordinary. Question is, what's the best way to address societal issues? Well, first of all, creating a dependency is not the way to go. I think you need two things. You need to teach basic moral values to children and people, whether in the home or in schools. So one, you need to teach basic moral values of in the schools and also in the home. And with that, you also the best way to do it is something called what I think of creating wealth. And what do I mean by that? For example, number one, instead of going and giving up creating welfare programs and all these homeless programs that really doesn't help the people, but only create a system of dependency and a way for fat cats to get rich. I say, okay, you give people a little plot of land, you buy up land off of the states, and you give people a little plot of land, and give them some a grant or a loan, low interest loan to start a business, or develop a farm, or develop some form of technology. I say create wealth. When you create wealth, you create jobs, you create self-sufficiency, you create a society that is productive and can stand on their feet, and they don't need constant handouts from the government. That's the best way to go. So my approach is, it sounds strange, but I'm going to say it, creating wealth. You give people a person a plot of land, and they get a grant or a loan to start a business or develop that land or develop some kind of technology or invention so they can make money, employ people, or other people can, employ each other and generate wealth and growth, which create jobs, we create self-sufficiency, and that in turn reduces the need for all these worthless handout programs. So in other words, instead of to give a person a fish, you teach them how to fish and make them self-sufficient. Creating wealth have lifted more people out of poverty than any other program in history. Case in point, India, China, Vietnam, Korea, and the list goes on. When you create wealth, you lift people out of poverty, you create self-sufficiency, people are dignified, they do things for themselves and not feel they have to always need government handouts. That's the best way, that's the ticket. Give them up to land or give them some money to start a business, develop a technology, develop an invention, and to create jobs, create wealth. That's the ticket. And also, yeah, some access to education, access to healthcare. But the bottom line is you create wealth, you deal with all these things, and you get rid of all the, um, you know, loan sharks and other scammers while in the process, and some good moral values as a foundation. That's the way to take it. That's the way to do it. Thanks so much, and bye for now.